Hello everyone, this is Susie G. As some of you may know, I have been dealing with a lot of illness off and on lately, which is prompting me to share with you some of the things that I do when I'm dealing with cold or virus or respiratory or anything on that order. So one of the things I want to share with you today is my ginger tea, for lack of a better word. So I'm going to share with you a ginger tea. It can also be used as a simmer pot for those of you who enjoy a simmer pot. So I'll show you how to do that. And then the other thing I want to share with you are some of the other things that I use to help me deal with, these physical issues from cold or sinus or respiratory type issues. So my go-to cough medicine for those of you that take cough medicine is called Bronchial Soothe. The reason I choose this one is because it uses ivy leaf extract, and I really like the way that one works. For sinus issues, nasal spray, X-Clear Rescue. This is my go-to. So X-Clear Rescue for sinus issues is my go-to. I also will use colloidal silver. So this tastes terrible. This is one of those things that you take a little bit and you drop it under your tongue and you let it set under your tongue. You can't take this long term. You can't take this every day. You take it when the cold or the flu or the virus or whatever it is starts to come on, and you can take it for maybe 10 days, 7 to 10 days, and then you stop. This has silver in it, which can kill the bacteria, viruses in your body and help with that. And then I have two different things I like to use, again, for sinuses that are stuffed and congested. This is an essential oil. This one is a blend of oils. It's called Sinus Relief. And usually what I'll do when I have an issue is I'll just sniff this one and I'll clear up those sinus passages. And then at night, I like to turn on a humidifier or a vaporizer, and I will put some eucalyptus oil in there so I can have that benefit. I will also, on occasion, if it's really bad, put some eucalyptus oil in my shower so I can get a nice steamy shower going, and that will also help with sinus. So I am not feeling well right now, so you may hear me cough or sneeze as I'm doing this, but since this is for me and I'm going to be consuming it, I'm all right with that. So what I have here is some fresh raw ginger. This is about a 4-inch piece of ginger, and I've already peeled it. So what I need to do next is I need to slice it up. So this is enough for a gallon of the mixture that I make. So I'm going to use about half of it. I've got approximately 8 cups of water in my pot here, and I'm just going to slice this up relatively thin, and like I said, about half of it. So not the whole thing. It slices up really easy, no problem there. And that's close to half. So I've got about half left. So I'm just going to throw up my pot. I'm going to add a cinnamon stick. There are a lot of beautiful healing antimicrobial properties with cinnamon. So I'm going to put a cinnamon stick in here, and same with ginger. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a lemon. Now I've already washed this lemon. I'm going to cut an end off. Cut an end off. Don't really like to use those, that's just my personal preference. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm just going to cut some slices here. It doesn't matter how thick or thin you slice it, this is going to get incorporated into the water as we go. There we go. So 1 half, the other half. Lemons have a ton of vitamin C. They are fantastic healing food. I really didn't talk about the ginger, but ginger is a fantastic healing tool as well, healing food as well. Lots of healing properties. There's so many healing properties in all of this stuff that I can't even begin to list them all. But I'm going to put a whole lemon in here. And then I like blackberries, so I've got a cup-ish of fresh blackberries that have already been washed. You could use blueberries, raspberries, any kind of berry that you want to use. Berries have fantastic healing properties as well, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, all kinds of stuff. So this is ready to go sit on the pot. So I'm going to put this on my stove, and I'm just going to bring it to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. Now I can let this simmer all day, or I can let it simmer for 15-20 minutes. It's going to turn a really pretty golden color, and then depending on the fruit that you put in, it'll pick up that fruit color. So again, I've used blackberries, so it's going to be kind of a golden purplish kind of color when I'm done with it. So like I said, I'm going to put it on my stove. You can cover it if you want it to come to a boil faster. Doesn't matter one way or another, but I'm just going to let that sit there. And then I will circle back in a little bit, and I'll show you what I do when I'm ready to consume some of this product. All right, we'll be back shortly. All right, we are back. This has been sitting and simmering for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes maybe. And it has this beautiful golden purpley type color to it. And I don't know if you can see this, but the berries have mashed down quite a bit or cooked down quite a bit. The lemons have cooked down quite a bit. So you've got two options at this point. One is you can leave this on your stove as a simmer pot and let it continue to simmer the rest of the day, maybe overnight even, just adding more water as needed to keep it in that nice simmered state for a simmer pot. Or your other option would be to strain the entire thing and store it for future use. So I'm going to take a cup of this. So you do need a strainer of some sort, or cheesecloth, something to prevent the fruit and the cinnamon stick from going into your cup or your storage container. So I'm gonna just take a little bit at a time here, and I'm gonna put it into my cup. Not a ton of it, but you know, enough that I can drink some right away. And one more. Making a little bit of a mess, but that's all right. So I've got about 8 ounces in my cup. You can see that. Now, ginger alone with these other fruits and the cinnamon can be bitter. So you may want to take some honey in order to sweeten that pot up. And I haven't opened my honey in a while, so it's a little sticky there. You want raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized, unprocessed honey, preferably local to your area. And generally speaking, I'm going to take about a tablespoon of honey, give or take, for every 8 ounces or every cup that I have. So if I'm going to store this, I'm going to add, for 8 cups, I would add about a half a cup, is it a half a cup? Sorry, a cold is affecting my memory here. I think it's a cup. I would add a cup of honey to the entire batch, and that would help sweeten it nicely. But I'm just going to take, you know, a cup for myself right now, and I'm going to put that raw honey in there. Now, the reason I'm putting the honey in last is because I want it to maintain its healing properties, and I don't want to cook off anything in that honey or kill off anything in that honey that would take away its healing properties. So I'm just going to stir that honey in there. Takes a minute. Any of you who are normal tea drinkers and you use honey, you'll know what that's like. And now I've got a hot cup of tea that I can drink. Those berries add such a wonderful flavor to this. So good. You could, if you wanted to, put a tea bag in here. That would help to give you some more healing properties depending on the type of tea bag that you choose to use. And 2 things I forgot to talk about earlier was vitamin C. So you can take up to 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day if you're feeling sickly or ill. Spread it out throughout the day. So what is that? 1,000 milligrams 10 times a day, 2,000 milligrams five times a day. Spread it out throughout the day. If you do that, you want to keep doing that consistently for 6 to 7 days, 5 to 7 days maybe, because what will happen is you might start to feel good immediately, like tomorrow, and then if you don't continue with the vitamin C, you'll slide backwards, and you don't want to do that. So keep taking the vitamin C if you choose to do that. The other thing I didn't talk about that I forgot was echinacea. So echinacea is a wonderful supplement or natural, I don't even know what to call it. It's herbalistic medicine, a wonderful tool, for lack of a better word, that you can use that helps with your healing program. So for those of you that want to stay more holistic, more natural, vitamin C, echinacea, the ginger teas, the silver colloidal that we talked about, essential oils for smelling help a great deal. So there's a bunch of different things you can do holistically and naturally to help you with that cold or that respiratory or even a flu. So I hope this helps you. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to rest for a little while, and I'm going to drink my tea, and I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day. Wishing you so much love and good health and blessings, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.